everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening to everyone. Welcome back to the For the Badge football channel. We've taken a little bit of a couple day break since the World Cup final. We needed the break. We needed the sleep, but we are brought back here today for the For the Badge award show. We are giving our awards for the World Cup. We are writing the World Cup as long as we can. Meaning, we will be giving you our best player, best young player, best goalkeeper, biggest underachiever as a team, biggest overachiever as a team, and goal of the tournament for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. If that all interests you, please stick around. Please subscribe. Please like the video. Comment your thoughts and who you pick for each award and all those nice things. So let's just get started. We'll go best player. I'll go first. My best player is Mbappe. I think that's a very obvious. I don't want to say obvious, but that's very widespread vote. Perhaps he did absolute bits, even despite not getting to the not winning the World Cup final, and even in the World Cup final, absolutely carrying France to almost a result.
So wait, I'm sorry. Just to clarify, is this
Yeah.
like to stray away from what the World Cup awarded? Like the award best player.
No, no, this is just our opinions. All right. So
changes his opinions.
Kylian is my vote for France, and being the ripe young age he is, he's doing bits. He did bits in the World Cup, and we're only gonna see much more. All right, give me yours, Andres.
Well, I'm not copying you, but I also said Mbappe as well. He won Golden Boot, right?
But he did.
He won Golden Boot. Single-handedly carried France. Scored 2 goals in 1 minute. Very impressive, especially he pulled a Peter Crouch and scored that second goal to equalize. So, and then he scored that lovely free kick. So, had a great tournament. Sometimes some games he didn't show up, but that's when Giroud showed up. So, but you don't have to play your best all the time. So, yeah, for me it was Mbappe because I thought he did very well, especially at the age, and he's probably going to win another World Cup. Let's be honest here. So,
100%.
Yeah, so Mbappe is my pick. Diego.
I'm gonna choose something different than you guys. My pick is probably gonna be Amrabat. Just because we talk about overachievers, so I don't think I need to go too into depth in Morocco right now, but they don't get anywhere that far as without him. Like he
100.
was so good. You're gonna see him. I mean, he's been linked to I think Tottenham and Liverpool right now. You're gonna see him somewhere. And yeah, he was incredible. He was actually like I don't want to say the best midfielder of the tournament because there was a lot of good ones, but he was close. He was close. Just dude didn't stop running. He didn't. He was crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. My only worry is if he transfers to a big club, he's gonna be a flop. I don't know.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
It's really hard to judge. Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to judge a player off one World Cup, just the World Cup. Like, why haven't we heard of him too much at Fiorentina? And that's just my thoughts on it. But we'll see.
Sometimes I feel like if you go big, then it's hard to live up to your expectation. So you go small. Like you go to a Premier League club, you just don't go to the big ones and then get starting time. Because like, let's be honest here, you probably won't start straight off the bat at all for a big six club. Even West Ham won't start. So, just sorry.
Don't say anything, Elijah. Don't say anything. Let's start.
That's not the point of the video. That's not the point of the video.
We'll get back to the clubs. Check that in there just because it's almost Boxing Day. So I'm excited.
We'll get back to the clubs one day soon. All right. Best young player. This is U23. I'm going with my vote as Gvardiol, defender for Croatia.
Damn it, you stole my pick.
I know, I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, huge potential, huge upside, and he showed it. We knew that before this, and he only doubled his value in this World Cup. And I mean, if you look at Croatia's results, they didn't concede more than one until they played Argentina in the semifinals, which is crazy. They only conceded before that. The highest they ever conceded was one. So, and him being a key part of that next to Lovren was huge. And the mask. Come on. I think how can you not vote for him with the mask? You got to vote for Batman. It's just the same thing. So yeah, my vote is Gvardiol.
Okay. I am going different. I said him in our previous video before the World Cup of rising stars / exciting players to watch. So I'm going to Jude Bellingham from England. For me he bossed the midfield in certain games. I thought he did very well. I think his transfer stock has significantly increased because of that World Cup. And I expect him in a big big six club very soon. But yeah, that is mine, Jude Bellingham, my selection. And yeah. Shout out to my boy for proving me right.
I mean, for me, like, don't get me wrong, he was good, but he wasn't the best U23 star. And it's not like he. And Gavardio too. Like Gavardio, we all knew we knew he was good. He was being looked at by big teams like Chelsea and stuff like that, and Barca. But I think Jude even more so is already like a global superstar. He doesn't need to like.
I wanted to be different.
He already has a really.
I didn't want to pick the same person.
No, of course I'm not. I'm not saying pick Gavardio. I'm saying he's. I think there's other U23 players that are
well, in my personal opinion, Jude Bellingham gets stuck straight in there. So yeah, that's my pick.
So this isn't 23 and under. This is under 23. Like we're not including 23-year-olds.
U23 includes 23 and under.
U23. Yeah.
Okay. So I had two, but I want to change. One was from Morocco, but I want to change nations because it's keep it fresh. And I'm gonna actually pick Enzo Fernandez's midfield partner. Because I know Enzo Fernandez won the Young Player of the tournament. But I'll pick his midfield partner, Alexis McAllister. He was phenomenal. I thought he was
still 23?
so good. He's 23. Yeah.
No kidding.
And I just thought like in that final, he, besides Di Maria's amazing impact and obviously Messi being Messi, I thought he was probably, the guy who ran the show where they dominated. Obviously, he lost a little bit of it when they lost that, but everybody did basically. The other team looked a little flustered for a little bit, but and not just the final though. McAllister was just excellent. His way to carry the ball, his passing, his movement, his dribbling. I don't know. He was excellent, and both of them were Enzo Fernandez and McAllister. But I'll go McAllister just to change it up a little bit. Yeah,
I like that. That's a different pick.
That's a good pick, though. He did very well, I thought.
Yeah, he's definitely going to a bigger team. I mean, Brighton. I'd say Brighton's a big team because they are now. I feel like they're a pretty big team in the Premier League and they do a lot. But
they would have been if Lewis Potter didn't leave. Wait, that's the right guy.
Graham Potter.
I mixed him up.
Harry Potter when he went to Chelsea.
Is Lewis Potter? I mixed him up because he plays for Hull. That's why. Sorry, Graham Potter. There you go.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I think he's definitely going to move to a bigger team than Brighton. After this, chances start going high. A lot of big teams looking at him. That's a good pick. I like that. All right, moving on to the best goalkeeper in Qatar. I'm going Emi Martinez. There are a lot of good options this World Cup. I think you can go a number of players. I'm not going to mention in case you guys do, but I'm going Emi Martinez just for the utter shithousery and how clutch he has been on pens, which has been hugely important for Argentina. What arguably the best, if not one, like top two best penalty keepers in the world, if not, or at least in the World Cup, maybe in the world. But absolutely bossed it for Argentina. There was no denying. If they don't have a keeper of that quality, maybe they don't win. I mean, obviously, like the last minute goal, just last minute save to save from France was a huge save, one of the best saves in the World Cup, and in that moment, and one we're gonna be talking about for a long time. I think to have a player of that quality is huge. So, yeah, I'm going the Argentinian Aston Villa player Emi Martinez as my keeper of the 2022 World Cup.
Okay, well, I guess I'm up. Mine is from Croatia, Dominik Lovakovic. Oh shit!
I even corrected you before this.
I know. I just can't say his name. Lovakovic.
I'm just the worst with names.
I always say Lavojevic or Lovakovic. There you go, Lovakovic. Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry. If you ever see this, I apologize. I tried. I don't know why I can't pronounce your name. But anyways, I'm gonna just call him Dominik. So yeah, Dominik is my pick. Huge game against Brazil to help Croatia beat Brazil in penalties. They especially had 2 penalty saves against Brazil. Also had 3 penalty saves against Japan. So, I mean, huge. Almost beat Emi on penalty saves in the World Cup, but, it's all right. But, yeah, huge game. Memorable game for me against Brazil. He kept them in the game at certain points, especially he had a great last-minute header save to go into overtime. So, yeah, and then he also had a good tournament against other teams as well, especially Japan. Kept Croatia in it. And then group stage, he played pretty well too, but his highlights were in the knockouts. But yeah, that is my pick.
Definitely.
Yeah, that Brazil game was very, very good.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick him, but considering that you picked him, I will have to go. I think the pretty obvious third choice here is Yassine Bounou. I thought he was, excellent, just like most of Morocco's players were. Besides their attack, obviously their attack was a little meh, but besides their attack, I think the rest of the Moroccan team was very good. And Bounou, or I think his nickname is Bono, is a very good player. I mean, there's not much to say. He's already playing well for a top team in the Liga with Sevilla, but this performance might get him, I don't know, maybe some attention from the Prem, because who doesn't want to go to the Prem?
I will say, before we move on, I want to give a shout out to Hugo Lloris too, because Hugo Lloris did a huge job in France's success. And I don't say he's their backup because he's their captain, but I'm sure if Mike Magnan was not hurt, he would get some game time too. So Lloris could have been put in a position that there was more. He got more time than he normally would have. But yeah, he absolutely dominated for France, and at times
he
was
the
best player.
Yeah, I think the only weakness to him was his penalty saving is not at the level of Emiliano, which isn't fair to compare because Martinez, like you said, is an extremely good penalty kick saver. But Lloris is just, he's okay. He's okay. Even for Tottenham, he's made some crucial ones, but at the same time, it's not like he has an insane save rate or anything like that. But what he's good at is reaction saves. The dude is lightning quick. Like you can shoot, and he'll just out of nowhere, just his hand comes up and saves it. We saw that against actually Lautaro when they were through on goal and he smashes it. Lloris saves it. It just bounces to Messi for the rebound, but that's an excellent save. Like that thing's coming in fast, and he just puts his hand up and blocks it.
Just unlucky. That's what happened.
Yeah. Lloris is definitely honorable mention. Yeah.
I'm giving you this on the spot. I didn't put this in the list because I just thought of it right now after you mentioned that. I want the worst player of the World Cup. So you mentioned Lautaro, and that's the first thing that came to mind.
Lautaro's bad, yeah.
Give me your worst player or biggest underachieving player, I guess. I'll go first.
Oh, I have one already.
Yeah, I go for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Cristiano Ronaldo's my vote.
Oh.
I don't like. Okay, statistically, he might have been the worst. Like stats wise, like so.
He wasn't the worst. But he was starting 11.
He was the biggest underachiever of the entire World Cup, and he was so disappointing the whole time. So that's my vote. Oh my god. All right, go ahead. Who's next?
I'll go. I'm gonna go for Alphonso Davies purely because, bro, he tried to put Canada on his back and it didn't work out. This game's a team game. Yes, Messi put Argentina and Mbappe put France on the back in certain occasions, but bro, you're a left back. Don't take penalties. Give it to Jonathan David to take because he's a striker. Simple as that. So him, I'm gonna put.
It might not have been him that picked it though.
No, he definitely said, "Give me the ball." No doubt. And he's the captain too, so he's going to say, "Give me the ball."
But he played well in the other games. I think
he did.
I'm going to say no, just because
he did play well.
But I'm just saying, underachieving. I'm going to go that because you should not be taking pens. I was going to pick a Mexican player, but I didn't want to, so there's too many to pick. But
for me, like Davies, like for his place in the Canada squad and the quality compared to the West Canada squad, he did good. Like he did what he needed to do. It's just Canada just got unlucky and just didn't. I mean, they didn't pull out how everyone.
I wouldn't say. I feel like against Belgium they got unlucky, but against Croatia they got.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's what I mean too. Like if they get their result, the whole thing changes, and you don't know how they're gonna play afterwards. I mean, like I said, I think for Canada, I think Davies is good. I don't think he necessarily underachieved. There's only so much you can do with that team.
I'm gonna say he underachieved because that Belgium game he took the penalty and missed it. So you should just give it to Jonathan David. That's just my pick, just because something fresh, something different. So I'm just gonna go with that. I agree with Ronaldo though. Ronaldo.
I wouldn't say there's much underachieving. I'd say it's more disappointing. It's more disappointing player of the World Cup. All right, there you
go. I have two, but I'm gonna go with one because one guy didn't play that much. They're both from Belgium. I'm gonna my guy who didn't play much because I think he only played one game. So I'll mention him first. Is Lukaku?
I remember now.
Wow,
I remember that now.
Yeah,
that was terrible. The last game.
Considering he only played one game, so it's not really fair. But still, that one game was bad.
Like, that one game he could come out with a freaking hat trick. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, he could have gone Belgium too. Yeah, he was terrible. But the guy who I'm gonna go with, because I feel bad because I love this guy in the Premier League. I think he's excellent and one of the best player in the Premier League right now.
I know you're going here.
But he had a bad World Cup.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne. He had a piss poor World Cup. I was watching him I watched two of the three games. He was bad. You know the standards he sets. You know he spots those passes that almost nobody else sees, maybe besides like Messi or I don't know, like Neymar, like the best playmakers in the world, Modric. He sets those standards because he finds those passes and he delivers those balls like 85, 80, 90% of the time. He was not that. I remember specifically that highlights it for me was there's this one breakaway that Belgium have against Canada, and he has two players, one to his left, one to his right. The right is almost wide open. The one to his left is being marked by two defenders. And for some reason, I'm assuming he just doesn't spot it, but the thing is, you're surprised that he doesn't. He passes to the guy marked, and of course that counter attack ends up in nothing. He passes right, all of a sudden you're right. I don't know who was on the right, but that guy's open. Maybe has it. I don't know, but he was bad for his standards. Absolutely, he was not at his standards. He had a poor World Cup, and for someone who you would think is in his prime as well. This isn't an aging. I mean, yes, he's like 31, but that's still his prime for someone as good as he is. And he definitely, in my opinion, underachieved. And I feel bad because I love that guy. He's such a good player.
Yeah.
Such a good player.
I can see that. Also, maybe it could be. I'm not. I don't know. I forget I didn't watch Belgium enough to fully comment on this, but like Roberto Martinez probably didn't help him either with their play style. Like Pep's play style suits Kevin De Bruyne to a T, and he's the key player there. Maybe like Roberto Martinez's tactics didn't let him flourish as much.
I agree, but we know he's I mean, he scored that winning goal against Brazil in the last World Cup, which was so. While I agree, he definitely plays better in Pep's system. We still know he has the ability to perform well. All good players have the ability to perform well no matter the system, and he just had it. True. He just was not on it. Maybe dressing room issues. I don't know, but he wasn't there.
That is true. That's something we haven't really commented on is everything that happened with Belgium. We can even make a video on that. I feel because that's a huge topic for a team that's still top 5 in the world, by the way. For FIFA rankings.
Oh yeah, somehow.
We can make a video on that too, reacting to those because that's disgusting. Anyways, okay, moving on to teams now. We only got 3 more awards to hand out. Biggest underachieving team in this World Cup. A lot of options, a lot of favorites not winning, or not a lot of big teams not winning. So I'm going first. I don't want to say it's controversial, but other teams could have been picked ahead of it. But I'm going Brazil. I'm going Brazil as a big underachiever. They did good in the games they played, except for obviously that Croatia game. I mean, they still did good there. Don't get me wrong; they're still, I think, the better team, stats wise. But Brazil were a team that many would have considered the favorites to win, and they don't even make it to the semifinals. They don't even let us get the Argentina-Brazil matchup that many might have wanted.
Yeah,
and they lose out to Croatia. Not to disrespect Croatia, because Croatia had a really good team, they had a really good side. They played their hearts out, played for the country. And in the end beat Brazil. But yeah, I think Brazil were a hugely underachieving team for the quality they had, the expectations they had going into the World Cup, and the sheer dominance they had before the loss. I don't know. So my vote, Brazil.
Mine's Belgium. I put Belgium as underachieving because it's just their golden age. It's their golden age, and they choked it on several occasions. And the game they won against Canada, I mean, they shouldn't really have won. So, yeah, Belgium underachieving. Now their golden age is ruined. They go back, especially with all the issues in the locker room that they had during the World Cup. Alleged issues, but let's be honest, there were probably several issues in that dressing room, especially with KDB's comments and was it Vertonghen who that said something after? Vertonghen. So definitely
and previous was it Courtois and KDB and stuff and
so definitely Belgium. Also, real quick, I want to change my young player of the tournament to Julian Alvarez. Real quick, it just popped into my head, so that I'm changing my pick. Julian Alvarez is my pick, but also, I'm done. All right, Diego, on to you.
Actually, Julian Alvarez is a good pick, to be fair, but
better than Jude to me.
Yeah,
I realized it as you guys were talking. I was like, wait a minute, I know there's got to be someone else, and then Julian Alvarez. All right, sorry, Diego, go.
I have 2 teams, but I'll go one. Again, I mentioned the honorable mention for this. I think Denmark were very disappointing. I think we predicted them to go much further than they did. I thought they were going to be something like a Croatia, and yeah, they did not. And so yeah, they were disappointing, and I definitely thought they would at least get out of the group, but no.
Yeah.
But besides the fact, that's not my main pick. My main pick is actually Portugal. I think
That's a good
Portugal.
one too.
Okay. So I just want to provide a bit of context. A lot of Ronaldo fans out here are saying Portugal don't have a strong enough team as Argentina. Blah 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 blah. That's why they can't compete like Argentina does. But I'm sorry, that Portugal team is actually very very good. It has some extremely good players on it. Disregarding Ronaldo because he's not there anymore. Like he's not at that level anymore. They have some really good players. They have crazy amount of talent on that team.
They
so
do.
They're good enough to at least get to even the semifinals.
Yeah.
And I know they were beaten by a very good Morocco side, so I don't want to discredit Morocco, but at the end of the day, Portugal are the better team and should be getting further in these tournaments. And I know they fired Fernando Santos, and we're about to see maybe a Jose Mourinho. Maybe that would be very interesting. But yeah,
that Euros
I
is going
think,
to be nice.
Oh, is he confirmed yet or no? It's just rumors.
No, it's not confirmed. It's just rumors. Yeah, but the Euros is going to be nice, and I 100% agree with you. I mean, you look at the players they have on the team. They have Yao Felix up and coming, Rafael, so many players that you can just name off, and I don't know if they don't have the quality that Argentina does because they, like you said, a really good team. But I think what differentiates is the cohesion and what unites the teams. Like Argentina were doing it. Argentina were like a lot doing it for Messi. Like that's clear. On top of just wanting to win and thinking they can win, they're doing it for Messi. But Ronaldo being Ronaldo, and especially having that Piers Morgan interview right before the World Cup, the Portugal players weren't playing for Ronaldo. Like they weren't playing for a cause other than just winning the World Cup for the country. I'm sure they were. I'm sure that was definitely important, but they weren't playing in the way that Argentina were playing. So. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Portugal was a good shout. I think all three were good shouts, to be honest. Now we're going to Overachiever, and I know I'm taking Diego's here, but the obvious choice is Morocco.
Yeah.
I know. We all know. We can all say Morocco if we really want to, but
no, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going Morocco. Don't get me wrong, they played very well. Really good team. Really good side. Defensively, very solid. Amrabat, Diego's player of the tournament. Hakimi on the right, very good. They're a very good team. They did Africa proud. They did Morocco proud. They did the world proud. But realistically, are we ever seeing them get back there anytime soon?
Not.
No.
Probably not.
No. As that, out of all the African teams too, they're definitely. I don't think there's a team that I can count on being at that level again. So I think it was a fluke. No offense. I think they're really good, and we could see them again. Who knows? We could see them win AFCON.
Run it back.
they could run it back in 2026. Who knows? But they're my vote for biggest overachievers, and I think many people's votes.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to back my boys in Asia because they won me some money. I'm gonna back Japan. Yes, they lost in the round of 16, but the group, they should not have gotten out of that group, statistically speaking, at all. So I'm gonna back my boys. I'm gonna buy a jersey from Japan because that's the least I could do. So I just want to shout them out now. I was gonna say Morocco, but you know what? Since I don't want to copy Elijah, I'm just gonna say Japan. Back the boys. They get one final shout out for me for this World Cup. Thank you. I appreciate you. And yeah, I think they overachieved specifically due to the group and especially the odds that were against them in Vegas. So I'm going to say they overachieved and won the group. And then, yes, they lost to a good Croatian side in penalties. So, that's fair.
Almost won them. They could have went to the quarters. That would have been huge against Brazil.
Yeah, just they didn't know how to take penalties.
Yeah, that was crap.
They didn't know how to take penalties. But yes, thank you. So yeah, Japan's my pick.
I don't know. You guys took the two obvious choices in my opinion. I don't want to say Croatia because I feel like they are a very good team, and it was just more like people underestimating them rather than them overachieving because they have a good team. So I'm gonna go. I don't know. They didn't actually make it that far, but I feel like they deserve a mention. Is Australia?
No, that's
a
fair,
big
though.
shout. That's a good shout.
Yeah,
because
that's a good shout.
they lose They only lost first place to France by goal difference. They had the same amount of points in their group. And their 2-1 loss to Argentina, while yes, they were the inferior side, they had a few chances. That Martinez block, I think we've seen multiple times. I think there's this one time this Australian player just runs to the defense and almost scores. Like they had a couple chances to really, really kind of get something out of that game. So I'm gonna shout out Argentina, Australia, because I think they impressed me more than I was ever expecting, and even scared Argentina for a couple minutes as well.
Yeah,
Socceroos for the win.
That's definitely fair. I think to me they were the worst team to be in to make it to the knockouts. Like I think you looked at their group stage
Not
and
Poland?
they weren't.
I thought Poland was. They didn't deserve. Mexico deserved to get out.
Them and Poland are up there, but like neither team was like, oh yeah, this team deserves to be in the knockouts. Watching them in the group stage, like they're just like whatever. So that's definitely a good job.
They still give France a run for their money.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, good point.
And Argentina too, especially at the end, they almost equalized. So
it's true. Yeah, it's true. Maybe not giving them the credit they deserve. Okay, last award to be given. The goal of the tournament, and I might be taking out dresses here.
No, don't do it.
I'm sorry. Sorry. My goal of the tournament is Luis Chavez's goal.
Damn
Luis
it!
Chavez's free kick for Mexico. What a beauty it was! Absolute belter. The way, how important it was in the moment, the quality of the goal, the placement of the goal. It was utterly fantastic. That was something that you rarely see. And I don't think no one expected that from Luis Chavez. No offense to Luis Chavez.
Yeah.
I've underestimated his skill set here, but yeah, a beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. Andres?
I'm gonna say Luis Chavez as well. Just the moment, just the scenes that happened in my household when that shot went in, the audacity to shoot it from that far out. I said it when we reviewed the game after when I was all depressed because we got knocked out. But I said it to my dad. I said he was shooting all game before that outside the box from far range. And I said, watch. The moment I say stop shooting it, he's going to score one from there. And he does. So proving me wrong, but also the moment giving me hope that we were going to do it. And we should have done it, but we didn't. But the hope, the occasion, the goal, I feel so bad for him because it means nothing. But, at least you get for the badge, best goal of the tournament trophy, all right? So at least you get that. Someone appreciates the goal. So that is my pick. I'm copying Elijah, or Elijah copied me. He just happened to go first, whichever way you want to look at it. But, yeah, that's my pick.
I'm not going to say that, but I agree that is my goal of the tournament. But if I don't want you to say one that's boring, though. So I'm going to go with I wanted to shout out Richarlison because I thought he had actually had 2 really great goals, but I think there was one that impressed me even more. It's Vincent Abubakar's chip shot, in their 3-3 draw against Serbia. I don't know if you guys even seen it. I don't know. Jess, you look like you may have not seen it.
No.
Yeah. This shot was very just perfect. Okay, it was ruled offside to begin with, and then eventually they went back and they figured it wasn't, but. It was one of those, you don't see those often. I'm just saying, you don't see those kind of shots often. He really gets some loft on it. And Elijah, as you we have a little saying, he's kind of the chip god around these parts. I think you can appreciate a good chip when you see one. That's a great little chip right there.
I always can.
I think more the rarity of seeing that kind of goal from me. We see a bunch of great tiki-taka goals all the time, but a nice chip with that kind of height, we don't see too often. So for me, I'm gonna go with that one.
Bro, it's not on YouTube. I can't find it. What is this shit?
I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I will say this World Cup had so many good goals on its own too. It broke the record for most goals in a World Cup by 1 with 172 goals.
Can I say, maybe this is a controversial opinion, but I actually think last World Cup had better goals.
Yeah, I agree.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I think the quality of goals was better.
Oh my god, that Pavard goal.
I was like, I say that Pavard goal stands out of all of them. And besides, there's more free kicks scored in the last World Cup than this World Cup because there's only like 3 or 4. The Chavez goal, no, I don't think any goal was scored until that Chavez goal, that free kick goal, and then and then Mbappe free kick, I think, and then the Rashford free kick. And I don't think any other goal was scored, so I think 3 maybe. Bro, I still can't find this chip, bro. I'm going on a mission. This shouldn't be that hard.
Just look up the highlights of the game.
I am, and I got like some random stuff.
Just type in Vincent Abubakar chip goal.
Yeah, I
and
like,
in
I
Google
can spell
search.
that.
That's what I did. It'll auto search for you. Just ABOU. Just type in ABOU for the last name.
No offense to him, it just just tough.
All right.
Spell.
Well,
oh wait, he's the guy who got sent off after scoring, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect.
All right, we'll just cap this one off here then. That was a good 30 minutes of award show greatness. Next World Cup might overtake the Emmys. This could be televised. This could be a televised thing,
Congrats to all the winners.
Congrats to all the winners. Unfortunately, none of them could accept, so we'll be accepting that on their behalf.
We're the real winners here.
We're the real winners here.
We're the real winners here.
So, if you liked the video, please like the video, hit the like button, comment your thoughts on every topic that we brought up, every word we gave out. If you agree with us, disagree with us, say that we're utterly wrong, please tell us. We're at 100 subs again, and we're still trying to grow, so please subscribe if you want to. If you want to help us out, that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, I think the World Cup is done, so we're going back to our previously scheduled recordings. I'm probably switching up here and there. So stay tuned for those, subscribe for those, and we'll see you guys next video. Peace.